The Maple Leaf Festival, and a town in southwest Missouri will have to clean up its act, or some people might get citations. KOAM News at 10 is next. Now at 10, Carthage celebrates the 59th Maple Leaf Festival with a city of pure imagination. Plus, businesses and organizations across Carthage show off some of their vehicles during the festival. And residents of a southwest Missouri town are encouraged to clean up or get citations.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
Carthage transforms into America's Maple Leaf City. This is KOAM News. I'm Dow Quick. The Maple Leaf Festival is now underway. Brings an estimated 65,000 visitors for the 9-day celebration. Events are scheduled through the 19th. Beginning in 1966, the Maple Leaf Festival has become a beloved tradition, featuring local vendors, a parade, and activities including a chicken pageant, chili cook-off, and free concerts. This year's theme is a city of pure imagination, celebrating Carthage's continuing growth and future.
What they can take away is a lot of fun, creating those memories for their family and their kids to make themselves excited to come back for the next year.
Organizers say they have a big need for volunteers for this year's Maple Leaf, especially along the parade route. Anyone willing to lend a hand is encouraged to reach out to the Carthage Chamber of Commerce to learn how to get involved. The Touch a Truck event took place today as part of the Maple Leaf Festival. That event gave the community an opportunity to explore, climb, and touch some big trucks from businesses and organizations from across the city. Folks could see vehicles from first responders, construction workers, and truckers.
I wanted to bring my daughter out and my little siblings, see the big trucks and stuff. They're obsessed.
My girlfriend's nephew.
Okay. How did he react seeing all these trucks here?
He loved them.
Oh, yeah.
He likes fire trucks and police cars.
Yeah.
Anytime they go by the house, he loves them.
Tomorrow, the Maple Leaf festivities continue with Taco Tuesday at 5 at the Central Park. If you're looking for fun fall events like Maple Leaf Festival, but you don't know where to turn, well, we've got you covered. You just scan this handy QR code and head straight to the events page of our website, KOAMnewsnow.com. You'll find information on all kinds of family fun events, including fall festivals and some scary or maybe not so scary haunted houses. That's the events page at KOAMnewsnow.com. Let's check in with meteorologist Lindsay Gaffney now for our first look at the weather.
Temperatures tonight again getting into the mid-60s. Now we should be in the low 50s, so we're going to be well above average. We also could see some still spotty showers just trying to push into the area. Most of this is going to die down though as we head into the overnight hours. We're still getting a lot of cloud coverage, so here we are about 4 or 5 in the morning, lowering into the mid-60s. Couple of these isolated showers, the Lamar, Iola, even Chanute by about 7:30 a.m. Again, most of this will continue to push past and die down, clearing out as well. The clouds are. Now, by the afternoon high, we're going to be back into the mid-80s, 83, 84 in Joplin, 80 in Independence, 85 out there in Veneta. So we're getting some pretty warm temperatures for the next couple of days because our winds are already starting to shift out of the south. That's going to be driving those temperatures up all week long. But I'm going to have a full look at your forecast coming up.
All right, we'll catch you soon. A McCune, Kansas man pleads guilty to killing his grandson and awaits sentencing next month. John Fox accepted a plea deal that reduced his second-degree murder charge to voluntary manslaughter. The 70-year-old also pleaded guilty to criminal discharge of a firearm. Sentencing for Fox is set for November 17th. Fox shot and killed 28-year-old Ian Fox of Lexington, Kentucky, during a family visit to the 4 states on August 7th of 2023. The shooting happened just before 1 a.m. at a home on 5th Street in McCune. Deputies found Ian Fox unresponsive outside the home. Life-saving efforts failed. The former sheriff, Danny Smith, says other family members witnessed the incident. 2 residents suffered from minor smoke inhalation in a house fire in Granby, Missouri this morning. One person had to climb out of a window to escape. The home on North Gamble Street was fully involved in flames and the roof collapsed. The Red Cross has been contacted to help the family. Company officials at the Coffeyville, Kansas fertilizer factory are investigating after an ammonia release on Saturday. According to the parent company, CVR Energy, the incident happened at the Coffeyville Resources nitrogen fertilizer around 4 p.m. CVR Energy says several people were taken to emergency rooms in Coffeyville and Independence for evaluation. As of this afternoon, CVR had not yet provided an update on the number or condition of those individuals. Police in Liberal, Missouri are cracking down on properties filled with trash and debris. For the last 3 years, Chief Jeffrey Steffen says he's offered to help residents clean up their yards, even organizing volunteer crews and dumpsters twice a year. But after repeated refusals, the department says citations are now being issued to homeowners who ignore cleanup requests. The chief says cleaning neighborhoods isn't just about appearances. It can also help deter crime and make the community safer.
I went out there and specifically said, hey, look, we've got a group of volunteers. Let's get this done. Let's get it cleaned up. And they just absolutely refused. So one of them slammed the door in my face. So, you know, at that point, there's nothing more I can do other than issue citations.
The police chief says he'll continue working with the community to avoid writing citations whenever possible. KDOT has some advice for safe driving during deer season that's coming up. Plus,
President Trump declares a new golden age for the Middle East amid a ceasefire between Israel and Hamas. I'm Erica Brown with more on the peace deal and the emotional return of Israeli hostages and Palestinian prisoners.
The 20 remaining living Israeli hostages were reunited with loved ones today as part of the terms of the peace agreement between Israel and Hamas. As Erica Brown reports, President Trump spent the day in Israel and Egypt to mark what he's calling the dawn of a new Middle East.
Emotional reunions filled with tears, excitement, and relief as the released Israeli hostages embraced their families after more than 2 years in Hamas captivity. President Trump, who helped broker the peace plan, addressed Israel's parliament Monday, receiving a standing ovation, and called the moment the historic dawn of a new Middle East.
This is not only the end of a war, this is the end of an age of terror and death and the beginning of the age of faith and hope and of God.
As part of the deal, nearly 2,000 Palestinian prisoners were returned to the West Bank and Gaza, greeted by crowds of supporters. Later in the day, a convoy carrying the remains of 4 Israeli hostages who died in Hamas captivity made its way to Israel. Israeli officials await the return of the remains of 24 more deceased hostages as part of the terms of the agreement. With the first phase of the peace deal now in effect, humanitarian aid is now arriving into Gaza, loaded with food and other critical supplies to help address the devastation UN aid workers have described as a famine. The president wrapped his one-day trip to the Middle East with a ceremonial signing of the deal.
And for the people of Gaza, the focus now must be on restoring the basics of a good life. We're going to have a lot of money coming into Gaza and a lot of rebuilding.
Other major hurdles ahead include who will govern Gaza and disarming Hamas. But today, many are celebrating reunions with loved ones and the step toward peace. Erica Brown, CBS News, the White House.
A new security force is to be established for Gaza, made up of troops from other nations, but it's not known which countries will send forces or exactly how they will be used. Lindsay returns next with a complete look at your forecast, and a little later, a young Chiefs fan gets a surprise.
It was a bit of a rainy day. Now we can go ahead and take a look at our current radar. Most of the showers are out of there, and all the green on there, it's actually radar clutter. We get that a lot at night, but it's not really showing any rain in the area. A few of these showers kind of moving into Bartlesville, maybe Nowata, but we're going to stay mostly dry throughout the night and a couple of isolated showers in the morning. But taking a look at downtown Joplin from the Cornell Arts and Entertainment Complex, we've got pretty clear or calm weather tonight and dry as well for most of us. Now by 8 a.m. winds are already starting to push out of the southeast, and then we're going to be getting into the south southerly winds. Those southerly winds are going to be driving up our temperatures as we head through the week. So 84, maybe even pushing up to 85 on Tuesday. Again, few morning, very isolated showers that we could see, but warm temperatures for the rest of the week and dry. So it's after those morning shower possibilities on Tuesday. We're going to be seeing just warm temperatures, 83, 84, Joplin, Pittsburgh, 82 in Chanute, 80 in Nevada, and dry weather. Same on Wednesday, actually a bit warmer, 86 in Joplin, Carthage, Lamar. We're really not getting any cooler than 84 in the Yates Center, so a really warm day on Wednesday. Thursday, a few of us are getting back into the lower 80s, about 80, 81. Warmest temperature, 84, Joplin, Miami, Oswego. And then the same goes for Friday. We're all going to be, again, that 81 to 84 range. We're really not getting much warmer than that. Luckily for us, though, we do have a front incoming on Friday. So here we are, 4 in the afternoon. A front starts to develop, a pretty nice just line of storms right along our cold front. So you can see where the winds shift. That continues to push into the area. We could see some pretty strong storms with this, but right now a severe threat's actually held off for the south of I-44 out in Arkansas and Missouri and even into western parts of Tennessee. But here you can see these storms are already starting to kick off right along I-44 and as it's pushing out towards the south, but there is that strong to even severe threat for storms central parts of Arkansas, Missouri, and then getting into western parts of Tennessee. Now we're cleared back out by early afternoon to mid-afternoon on Saturday. We get some cooler temperatures, 77 on Saturday, 71 on Sunday, with the morning low Saturday night into Sunday morning in the 40s to just about 50 degrees. So that's going to be our first temperature or first morning in the 40s. Phenomenal. I'm excited for that. 71 on Sunday, but we're back into the 80s by Monday. Our next chance of cold front will be Wednesday and Thursday. You can see how those temperatures drop right after that.
Lindsay, thanks. Hey, KDOT wants to remind motorists to be aware of deer in the area. Across Kansas, 39% of all single vehicle crashes in 2024 involved a collision with a deer. In fact, the Transportation Department of Kansas reports 5 people were killed, 674 people were injured in collisions with deer last year. The likelihood of colliding with a deer increases from now until the end of the year because of deer breeding season, with November typically the peak time. Experts say more serious crashes can be avoided if drivers do not swerve to avoid a deer, as the swerve can lead to loss of control, leaving the roadway, or collisions with oncoming traffic. We have more tips for safely traveling through deer country on our website, KOAMnewsnow.com. Still ahead, the Kansas City Chiefs picked up a big win at home last night, defeating the Detroit Lions 30-17. When we return, KOAM Sports Director Ryan Blank recaps the Chiefs' win with a special guest.
The Kansas City Chiefs are back in the win column, improving to 3-3 on the season with a win over the Detroit Lions on Sunday. I was at the game, and with a special guest on the field afterwards, we recapped the action from the Chiefs' victory. The Kansas City Chiefs are coming off a dominant win under the lights on Sunday night over the Detroit Lions. I am now joined by NFL beat reporter and Chiefs reporter for ESPN, Nate Taylor. And Nate, first off, thank you so much for joining me.
Yeah, thanks for having me. And how about this, right? 3-3 after 6 games.
3-3 after last week. Looked a little disappointing, had a lead, but the big thing was 13 penalties. But coming into tonight, 0 accepted penalties. What do you think was a big difference in kind of seeing them play that disciplined ball that they were looking for?
Yeah, I'm so glad you said the word discipline. This is the first time through a whole 60-minute stretch where I can say the offense, the defense, special teams, everybody was focused, everybody concentrated, and they were very disciplined to lead to no penalties. And look, this is now an actual recipe. Like, if they play like this, they can pretty much beat just about any team in the league. And so doing it against a good competition in the Lions, getting off the loss in Jacksonville, which was, again, a wild finish, it shows you the potential that this team has.
Yeah, and you mentioned that potential and this team coming off of that loss, but a big thing going into this week was 4th down.
Yes.
Knowing how aggressive the Lions are on 4th down, but also the Chiefs' success, 9 of 10 going into this week on 4th down conversions, and they won that battle. What does that say about the Chiefs' ability to not only convert, but also their ability defensively to make those big plays.
Yeah, on the offensive side, what's fascinating is, we know we're never going to see Mahomes do a quarterback sneak. So you take that out of the playbook, and it actually allows him to pass the ball more often. That's what we saw on the first drive, him passing the ball to Xavier Worthy for the opening touchdown. And on defense, because of the aggressiveness that Andy Reid and Patrick Mahomes have shown this season, now you get the sense that the defense understands, okay, we're actually ready for fourth down. I think that's one of the quick things that we're learning about this team is that the defense is actually ready for fourth down. They get the stop, in the middle of the second quarter. That leads to the Chiefs getting another score. They double up in the second half to get another touchdown. That's where that 10-point lead, that cushion comes from, is because you're aggressive on fourth down, you execute, and you actually stop the other team because you're more prepared based on going against that offense week in, week out in practice.
Yeah, and you mentioned Xavier Worthy had his first score of the year, but Hollywood Brown, he had 2 touchdowns. I mean, you're seeing the weapons that this team has, and Mahomes mentioned the protection of the offensive line, of course, but seeing the weapons that the Chiefs have and how they've been able to get into a rhythm offensively, what can you say about what you've seen from them so far, but also adding Rashee Rice coming back next week?
It's only going to get better. And think about this, we didn't even hear from Tyquan Thornton tonight. That's how many weapons they have. You can trust Travis Kelce on third down. I think that's key because it allows guys like Xavier Worthy and Hollywood Brown to really work in the red zone, right? You use Kelce to move down the field, and now you're going to have Rashee Rice coming in to the fold, and it's where does the defense find the what I like to say is who is the identicator, right? When you line up, who do I think the ball's going to go to the most? Honestly, I don't know now, especially if you're someone like the Las Vegas Raiders who has to watch tape of this, knowing that, okay, Hollywood Brown had 2 touchdowns. Xavier Worthy's come back and played really well since coming back from the injury. You have Tyquan Thornton, who could beat you over the top, but wasn't even necessary against the Lions, and you just add Rashee Rice into this, who arguably is their best receiver. I know that might sound strange because we have not seen him yet. We haven't seen him in over a year, but his talent, based on what I've heard from the guys in the locker room, he can be dynamic, and he can just add to this offense where you feel comfortable going forward on fourth down because you have so many options to throw the ball to. And when you can trust Mahomes with a number of good players, it usually leads to you having one of the best offenses in the NFL.
Nate, thank you so much for taking the time with me, answering some questions, and giving us that extra insight because you're somebody who's around the team, has great insight, so I appreciate you taking the time.
Thank you so much. This was a blast. I appreciate it.
To check out the full segment with Nate and I, head over to our website at KOAMnews.com. The boys' soccer season has reached the home stretch with the postseason right around the corner. 2 teams looking to find their rhythm prior to the playoffs, Joplin and Carl Junction, facing off on Monday. Both squads looking to snap 2-game losing skids in this one. Let's go early first half. Eagles on the attack. Yahya Ramazani in space finds Aiden Villanueva, and he has an open look but pushes it wide of the net. Later in the half, Bulldogs now on the attack. Jane Walker gets it to Nolan Kalk, who splits a pair of Joplin defenders and converts the one-on-one opportunity with a goal to give Carl Junction a 1-0 lead. Still in the first half, Eagles with the free kick just outside the box, and Briar Ledford fires a laser off the right foot to net the equalizer. We don't have a final score from this one yet, but we know it was tied at 1 late in the first half. Joplin and Carl Junction also battling in volleyball tonight at the home of the Bulldogs. Start of the third set, Carl Junction with a 2-set lead. Off the Eagles serve, Bulldogs go to the outside with Madeline Huffman, who converts this spike into a kill. Later in the set, Carl Junction back on the attack. This time they're going to find Kinley Thomas on the outside, and she records a kill of her own. But Joplin's not going down with the fight. They had some success in the third set with their serving, including this ace from Leighton Pena here. But it wouldn't be enough as the Bulldogs take down the Eagles at home in straight sets. Had some entertaining action tonight. 2 rivals kind of going back and forth, but last night Chiefs getting that big win. Great having Nate Taylor on to talk to him.
Yeah, I'm a Nate Taylor fan. It was great to hear from him. And, of course, we can hear more about that interview online on our website.
Absolutely.
We'll be right back.
Well, temperatures for the next couple of days return back to the mid-80s after a rather cool day today. 82 on Tuesday, 85 on Wednesday, 83 on Thursday. We do have the chance for some strong evening thunderstorms Friday and into Saturday that we're going to want to watch out for as we head into the weekend.
Lindsay, thanks. It's a video that's gone viral featuring a Kansas City Chiefs quarterback, Patrick Mahomes. You know that guy? Also a young boy. Mahomes gave him a headband after the Chiefs game on the road last month, but then a New York Giants fan took it from him. The video got the attention of top brass at the Chiefs Kingdom, who sent the young fan a gift box. As Chandler Watkins shows us, the family says they were stunned by the gesture.
This whole 2 weeks has been, insane. Yes. After our original story aired, Minnie Masters says the Chiefs reached out, asking if they could send a few things to Joey for his birthday.
Absolutely amazing. Just getting that text was so overwhelming. This whole thing has been so overwhelming.
After a big box arrived, she filmed Joey opening it to find several items, much to his surprise.
A signed Patrick Mahomes jersey.
His headband. Oh my god.
The headband. So much. There's so much in that box. How did that much stuff fit in one box? I do not know.
The Chiefs also included a hat, water bottle, stickers, and more.
The autograph is right there.
He showed off the jersey, now a prized possession he plans on getting framed, and other things the Chiefs sent over.
This phone was the one fan, and I'm probably gonna hand it like over there.
Yeah.
Right over my stuff.
Joey and his mom say they've been blown away by the response to the viral video and are beyond grateful for how the Chiefs responded.
What do you say to the Chiefs? Thank you.
What a great surprise. The Masters hope they're able to come out to Arrowhead for a game next season. Joey says he's not sure he's going to take that signed jersey out of its frame, but luckily there's lots of other Chiefs items to choose from, obviously. No, he needs to keep that in its frame, I think, if he can. I mean, he's going to treasure that forever and ever and show his grandkids someday.
Yeah, absolutely. That's something you got to keep away, kind of locked away for a rainy day, kind of enjoy it, then be able to share with his grandchildren and his kids as well.
Yeah, keep it immaculate. How about a final sports note?
Final sports note, Chiefs back to 500, have a chance for Shee Rice coming back this week, long-awaited return after the ACL injury, and then, of course, the suspension. But Chiefs have a chance to get above 500, and, of course, it's against the rival, the Raiders.
Yeah, and the Raiders not doing very well. Looking really good. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you right back here tomorrow. Don't forget the morning show starts at 5 a.m. and let's make it a great tomorrow.